iRacing Setups is the longest running setup shop on iRacing. Our monthly subscription options start as low as $20 a month. We offer setups for dirt oval, asphalt oval, and road racing, covering a wide range of cars and skill levels. Built and tested by top-tier sim racers, this isn't just a business, it's a community of competitive drivers. If you want to better your iRacing experience, head over to PremierRacingSetups.com today. And remember, if you don't get one, you're going to chase one.
This isn't just another sim race, this isn't just another online league, and this isn't just another trophy on a shelf. This is the Charity Cup Series.
Drivers choose the charity. Talent chooses the winner. The culture is strong, but the competition is stronger. Most events focus on just one cause, not here. Each driver selects a charity to race for, leaving dozens of causes in contention as drivers fight for a place in the top 5.
Think you've got what it takes to join the Charity Cup Series? Find a cause you believe in and buckle up. This is more than your everyday sim racing experience. This is the Charity Cup Series.
Real quick, double check the steering wheel. Roll.
Gentlemen, start your engine.
Nice and smooth. Get it all done all day long. Got a good feeling about today, guys.
Donnie Kite's gonna get through it all and score his first career win in the Saturday Night Racing League Cup Series. What a finish!
Too little, too late from behind, and Sebastian Marin, your first repeat top split winner of the qualifying series.
We knew it was just a matter of time. Hunter Sr. is victorious.
Josh Adams taking the win at Iowa. Juicy Spider Motorsports takes home the 1-2-3 finish.
Hello, and welcome to round 2 of the Valued Alliance Racing League here with the ARCA cars at Echo Park. Excited to kick off round 2 here. Greg Thielsen up in the booth here for Fearless Broadcasting. Very big thank you for coming, stopping by, checking us out here in practice. About 4 more minutes left here as the drivers get their last few laps in here. Excited to see what these drivers have in store for us today. Let's bring up our little race info here today. Round 2, the Mr. Dakota 185 here at Echo Park for the Valued Alliance Racing League. Running the ARCA cars around this 1.5 mile of Echo Park. Here for round 2 of the championship. Very excited to see how things kick off here. Quite a few things to watch out for. Last week, our winner, I do not see him in the field here tonight. As I scan quickly, I don't see our last week winner. Last week pole sitter was Ben Parsons, as we're getting ready for qualifying here. So Ben Parsons, a driver to watch out for snagging the pole this week. Our biggest mover last week, also looking like he is not here. Mike Stromensky, I believe, up 30 spots last week for our biggest mover. Looking like he won't be joining us this week, from what I can tell. At least not joined yet. Can't forget about James Kaufman. I do see Pretty sure I saw Kaufman out there tonight. Yes, I do. James Kaufman in that 13 car. Definitely going to be a car to watch out for tonight as we jump on with some vehicles out there, getting in some practice. Once again, thank you for stopping by. Fearless Broadcasting here with Valued Alliance Racing, Echo Park here for round 2. Greg Thielsen up in the booth. Want to give a big thank you to all of our sponsors: Premier Racing Setups, Goose's Rattle Can Shop, Puffy's Swag Shop, Juicy Spider Studios. I also want to give a big thank you to all the partners with Valued Alliance Racing. Want to give a big thank you to Christian's Dream, Gem City Goons, Dizzy Kills, Grayson Co. Trucking, McDowell Homes, 333 Jackson, Thunder Baseball, Mr. Dakota Racing, and Maritime Car Wash. Thank you, all the sponsors that let us do what we're doing out here. Have some fun in these ARCA cars here tonight around Echo Park as we break into that last minute of practice here. Looking forward to seeing what this 5 minutes of qualifying will do. Who is going to sit on the pole for tonight's race? If you're here with us live, make sure to go ahead and say what's up in the chat. Definitely can interact with you guys here live. Want to go say what's up, say who you're rooting for. Who do we think is going to take the pole here? Let's start off with that. So if you're in the chat right now with me, go ahead, jump in the chat if you can. Go ahead and type that driver name of the driver who you think will be starting off on the pole position here as we get ready to roll into qualifying. Keep in mind, last week Ben Parsons was that driver to snag that pole. Do not see Parsons out here tonight. Giving that chance to another driver out here. Quite a good field, looking like well over 30 cars here tonight out at Echo Park as we roll over into qualifying, getting ready for these cars to pull back out on track. 1.5 miles progressively banked here at Echo Park. The new repave. Luckily, I got to see that repave firsthand. I got some photos while they were tearing out that asphalt throughout the banking. When I was working for the racing experience, I got to go pick up some rear ends for the race cars. We had some race cars over at old Atlanta Motor Speedway when it was still Atlanta Motor Speedway. Got to go take our big fuel truck up there from Daytona, pick up some rear end, some Ford 9-inches, and bring them up to Talladega where we were running our event that weekend. As we catch that 27 Ryan Hunter pulling out for his qualifying run. We'll pull up that tower once these times start to break out. Obviously getting ready, starting his first timed lap here. Jump through. See else is on the track. Got that 67 of Ben Ryan. Quite a shiny paint job on that thing. Love that metallic pink. Definitely shining in the light. Jump over here to the 32 of Curtis Grant. Go ahead and taking his qualifying run. As these laps start to pop in, let's drop down that tower. Looks like Ben Ryan currently up on top. Curtis Grant sitting in second provisionally. Dylan Grace, Gary Miller, our top 5 as Chad Ross jumps up to second. In that 38 car, a lot of Chevrolets up front, all Chevrolet up in the top 5. That first Ford in 6 of Brandon Biggs. As we watch that 10 of David Poole jump over to that 84 of Christopher Fanning. Let a few of these drivers get those laps in. That 40 Dakota Isgrig here pulling out. Nope, actually pulling back in from his qualifying lap. 21 of Brendan Kleindenst also pulling down back in the pit lane after his qualifying attempt. Don't see much action there in the chat. Who do you got to win this pole here? Only a few more minutes here. Most of the drivers already completing a lap. Not seeing many drivers that have not yet. So let's run through that top 10 real quick. Ben Ryan up on the top spot right now. Chad Ross, Curtis Grant, Dylan Grace, Gary Miller still all up top. Troy Campbell jumping up to that third spot. Got Troy Campbell jumping up to the third spot there as he takes his qualifying laps. Jump back Brandon Biggs in that 8th spot. James Kaufman in 9th. Jeremy Root jumping up to that 5th spot. James Kaufman in 9th. Ryan Hunter rounding out our top 10 right now. Currently, as we watch that 22, Brendan Beatty pulling back down the pit road here. Once again, thank you for stopping by. Fearless Broadcasting. Greg Thielsen up in the booth. Let's go, boys. Want to see it. Shaggy, what's up, buddy? Thank you for stopping by here live with us. If you're live, checking us out on the rewind on the video. Thank you for checking us out here. As these drivers, no drivers out on track. All the drivers pulling back on pit road. Done with their chat is subscriber only. Oh no. Thanks Gem City Goon for the heads up. Fortunately, I did not know that. I don't think I have the permission to change that. Fearless sees this. If Fearless watching this, go ahead and change that. But if you know now, go ahead, subscribe. Hit that subscribe button. Go ahead. Let us know. Ben Ryan right now looking like he's going to take the pole in that top spot provisionally. Number 27 checking in for the Gem City Goons. That is Mr. Ryan Hunter. Thank you, sir, for checking in. I appreciate it. Looking forward to a fun race. Qualifying rolling through here. Almost completed. Hopefully everything looks and sounds good. Did a little test before. I got it where I thought it sounded pretty good. We'll see. As we get ready to go green here. Let me let it load up. Load in the drivers here. Let's drop that tower back short. We'll throw up that starting grid here. Starting off on pole, Ben Ryan in that 67. Chad Ross, P2 in the 38. On the outside of row 1 there. Troy Campbell in P3. Curtis Grant rolling off P4 outside of row 2 there. 62 of Jeremy Root in P5. And Dylan Grace in the number 12 car rolling off P6. Gary Miller, Brandon Biggs in row 4. Gotta love Gary Miller's picture there. James Kaufman and Ryan Hunter in row 5. Hunter in that 27, giving us a shout out in chat. What's up, buddy? Andrew Smith in the 11th spot in that number 4. And the number 3, Tyler Barnes rolling off P12. David Poole and Dakota Isgrig on that row 7 in P13, P14. Got Tyler McDowell and Jeremy Moose in that 8th row, P15, P16. Brendan Beatty in the 22, starting off P17. DJ Kinner in the number 80, rolling off P18. Cole Paul in P19 in the 8 car. Christopher Fanning in the 84, rolling off P20 here tonight. 64, Johnny Spiggs, in P21. Joe Townsend rolling off P22. Brendan Kleindenst, P23. And Stephen Archambault in P24 in that number 1. The 24, Nicholas Don Francesco rolling off P25 today. Michael Quick in the 77 rolling off P26. Tyler Banning in the 78 rolling off 27th. And Samuel Louiser rolling off 28th. Eric Carpethorne in 29th. And Jack Wilkinson in P30. And rounding out our field tonight, Jeremy Keltner for Racing with Racers in P31. 14 rows of cars here tonight. Looking forward to an exciting night of racing here with the valued Alliance Racing League ARCA cars. And this is the Mr. Dakota 185 here at Echo Park, excuse me. Getting ready to go. Green flag. Let's jump up front. Ben Ryan and Chad Ross in the 67 and that 38. Leading us to this green flag here. Getting ready to go. Green flag racing here at Echo Park for the Mr. Dakota 185. Valued Alliance Racing. Round 2 here as the pace car pulls out. 67 of Ben Ryan bringing us to that green flag inside of that restart zone. Green flag is out here. And you see double file as we come through. Coming down into turn 1. Side by side, still that front row. Ben Ryan able to just squeak ahead on that bottom. These cars still side by side throughout the field here. Quite a bit of action, much to be expected here at Echo Park tonight. A lot of drafting, a lot of bumper tag. Quite a bit of a drafting racetrack since the reconfigure. Expect these cars to be right on top of each other here tonight. Quite a few cautions to come out because of the close racing. A lot of exciting side by side here as we see that 23 and that number 10. Just about every row here side by side. Not much room to get single filed out yet. Here in the early runnings of the Mr. Dakota 185, as you see that 27 of Ryan Hunter sporting that Mr. Dakota sponsorship on his car tonight. Side by side throughout the field, action packed. Everybody giving each other just enough breathing space to get through. Green flag here. Rubbing a little bit of paint. I do see quite a bit of space being given, a lot of generosity here in the early goings. 120 laps here tonight around Echo Park. 60 laps will be our first stage break. Our only stage break, I should say. Just about 180 miles an hour at the end of the backstretch here as we come into turn 3. These cars absolutely hammering on the gas in a big pack here. Let's bring up that telemetry. Let's see, 180 in practice. Yep, just about 180 here in the draft. About what I was expecting here at Echo Park. Full draft of cars. Definitely not full throttle, giving each other a little bit of space here just to get through green flag racing. Top 5 here, Ben Ryan still up front. Troy Campbell, Jeremy Root, Gary Miller, and Chad Ross all out front. James Kaufman, Curtis Grant, Andrew Smith, Dylan Grace, and David Poole, your top 10 currently. As we come down 6 laps, excuse me, down in the books here. Green flag still out. Great job by these drivers here tonight so far. Tight group of race cars here. Quite a few cars all within, well, quite a bit of a second. We got about 19 cars in this lead pack, all within about a second from one another. That second pack about 4 seconds back with the other 12 cars back there in the back. Quite a good group back there. Let's check out, see what's happening in the back there. Oh, quite a bit of action as we jump back under the white line. 3 wide. The 21 into the 24. The 88. Wow. Caution comes out. Let's back that up. Who was that? That was spinning. Was that the 77 there? Let's back it up here. Drop the telemetry. Wow. Great timing on jumping back on that back pack of cars there. I just felt like something was going to happen back there. Watch that 24. Cars got spread out down the back stretch. It appears. Let's play it. Cars get spread out here in the back stretch. 21 absolutely blocking the 5. The 5 nowhere to go. Trying to make his way back onto the track. Pushes that 21 up into the 24. Just nowhere to go with that 24. The 1 running into the back of that 21. The 21 4. The 81 getting collected in that. The 84 narrowly avoiding contact there. 64 and 30 also both making it by the 9 as well. 77, not sure. Did Michael Quick make it? Yes, he did. He made it through cleanly. The 1 coming to a stop. And we come to our first caution flag here for the Valued Alliance Racing ARCA League here at Echo Park for the Mr. Dakota 185. Once again, Greg Thielsen up in the booth. Fortunate time for this number 1, Stephen Archambault. Found himself involved in an accident. Let's jump up front. Ben Ryan started on the pole here tonight, still out front. Troy Campbell sitting in that second spot. All top 5 cars, Chevrolets out here. That number 15, Gary Miller. Got the 13 of James Kaufman and the number 38 of Chad Ross. 5 Chevrolets out front ahead of the field here at Echo Park. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Thomas Johnson hype in the chat. Calling it out for Poole, Beatty, Moose, and McDowell. Giving shout outs to those drivers out there. Once again, want to give a big shout out to our partners here at Valued Alliance Racing. Thank you, Christian's Dream. Thank you, Gem City Goons, Dizzy Kills, Grayson Co. Trucking, McDowell Homes, 333 Jackson, Thunder Baseball, Mr. Dakota Racing, and Maritime Car Wash. Thank you all for everything you do for the league. Making it that here, us at Fearless Broadcasting can bring you this live action of the VAR ARCA cars here at Echo Park. Want to give a big shout out to Fearless Broadcasting's partners over at Goose's Rattle Can Shop, Puffy's Swag Shop, Premier Racing Setups, and Juicy Spider Studios. Thank you to all those partners that make this happen. Getting ready to go green flag racing here again. First caution here. Let's bring up that race recap. 10 laps down. Ben Ryan out front. Ready to go back. Green flag. Looks like the lights on the pace truck are out. Once again, Greg Thielsen up in the booth. Holler at me in the chat if you're here with us. Exciting racing here. Let's jump inside here. Let's see. Let's jump inside with Ben Ryan as he takes off for this restart this time. Green flag is out on the gas hard to that start-finish line. Great job down into turn 1 here. Side-by-side racing. The first few cars able to get single-filed out there. That number 3 just above that 12 on the high side there. Side-by-side throughout the field. That back group able to catch back up after that yellow. See if they're able to hold on to that front pack this time as the car's 3 wide through the tri-oval here. Everyone able to keep it off of each other. 3 wide again going into turn 1. That number 3, the number 22, and the 32, that 22 car of Brendan Beatty falling back a spot. Cars getting back double file here. exciting side-by-side 3 wide racing early on. Only on lap 12 of 120. These race car drivers looking pretty like they're itching to go racing here early. Been a long week off back at the racetrack, ready to smash that loud pedal, ready to make it to the front. As we see, it looked like that 77 Michael Quick drop into the back. I do believe of that front pack. Maybe just trying to stay out of the trouble here. Quite a few cars still side by side through the tri-oval. Quite a bit of exciting racing here. Side by side throughout the field. Front 2 cars now able to make a breakaway. That 15 of Gary Miller with Ben Ryan in that 67. Still out in front here. Keeping our eye in the middle of the pack where the action is. A lot of side-by-side action in this group of cars right here. As we caught the 22 up in the wall there. Just a little bit. That Brendan Beatty up in the wall just a little bit there. Side drafting down the backstretch. Looking like they're getting a little bit single-filed here. As 4 cars, 5 cars make their way to that front single file line. Great action here at Echo Park for the Mr. Dakota 185 here with Valued Alliance Racing. Side by side throughout the field still. These cars able to keep that speed side by side in a drafting line. Top lane not able to come around the bottom. Looks like the bottom with a little bit more energy here. Just a little bit more. Let's pop back up our telemetry. Let's see. 183 I just saw. A little bit more speed entering turn 1 here this time by than we did see last time. 181, 182, 184, 186. We saw Brendan Beatty there in that 22, 186 topping out on the backstretch. Almost 190 in these ARCA cars around Echo Park, excuse me. Talk about a tongue twister here. 6 cars ahead of the pack, getting single filed out. That number 10 and the number 12 getting side by side there. David Poole, Dylan Grace. Side by side, those first 2 cars that are side by side. The number 38 looking to the top. That 38 Chad Ross. Not a lot of room up there. Thinking better of it as we come through the tri-oval. Just keeping it on that back bumper of David Poole there in that number 10 car on the high side. I bet the house on David Poole to win. If he loses, I'm hitting up McDowell Homes. Okay, let's go. David Poole to win, Thomas Johnson says. See if that can happen. He's betting everything on it. As we saw, I do believe that was a 78 into the wall.
Did you hear any static? Like somebody was keying.
Yellow flag is out. I do believe that was a 78 that caught the wall. Nope, that was the 8 car. Okay. Caught that wrong. That was Cole Paul in that number 8. Let's go ahead, play, slow that down, drop our telemetry off. He just got a little bit high on exit of the corner, I do believe, here coming out of turn 4. Watching that number 8, Cole Paul. That Ford Mustang of Cole Paul, Slim Jim. That number 10 gets up in the wall. Gaining speed on that 78 with a bump from the 88. Did not want to get into the 78. Went to the outside into the wall there. Unfortunately, the 88 getting back. Nope, not getting back into him. Able to keep it off of him. But unfortunately, 78 up ahead getting spun by that 27. by the 27 up ahead. 78 collecting the 77 as well. Unfortunate turn of event here. None of those drivers wanting to see that outcome. As we jump back live here with the leaders, Ben Ryan out front bringing some of the field on this second caution down the pit road. Looks like Ben Ryan in that 67 bringing a few cars down, more than I expected. Not a lot of laps here complete yet. Watch as these cars come and take some tires, fill up with some fuel. Let's watch this race off pit lane here. Number 15 winning it, it looks like. All these drivers racing back to that pit exit line there, trying not to get a speeding penalty. See if any of these drivers did end up with a speeding penalty there. Let's jump back out front here. Out front, that 32 car, Curtis Grant, now assuming the lead after some of those pit stops. Tyler McDowell, David Poole, Jeremy Moose, Ben Ryan rounding out our top 5. Looks like 4 cars electing to stay out here. I got a new feature I want to try out. So let's jump to a quick commercial advertisement. We will be right back.
Premier Racing Setups is the longest running setup shop on iRacing. Our monthly subscription options start as low as $20 a month. We offer setups for dirt oval, asphalt oval, and road racing, covering a wide range of cars and skill levels. Built and tested by top-tier sim racers, this isn't just a business, it's a community of competitive drivers. If you want to better your iRacing experience, head over to PremierRacingSetups.com today. And remember, if you don't get one, you're going to chase one.
This isn't just another sim race, this isn't just another online league, and this isn't just another trophy on a shelf. This is the Charity Cup Series.
Drivers choose the charity. Talent chooses the winner. The culture is strong, but the competition is stronger. Most events focus on just one cause, not here. Each driver selects a charity to race for, leaving dozens of causes in contention as drivers fight for a place in the top 5.
Think you've got what it takes to join the Charity Cup Series? Find a cause you believe in and buckle up. This is more than your everyday sim racing experience. This is the Charity Cup Series.
And we're back, folks, getting ready to go green flag here with the Valued Alliance Racing. Greg Thielsen up in the booth for Fearless Broadcasting. Ben Ryan no longer out front. Curtis Grant in that 32 leading us to this green flag. The 69, Tyler McDowell, also out in front. See what they can make happen. Those 4 cars, green those flag. First 4, green flag is out here. First 4 cars electing not to take a pit stop. See if that strategy pans out for them. Side by side as we go down into turn 1. First 2 rows still side by side. That 67 of Ben Ryan on that bottom side, trying to push that bottom up ahead. Top lane, only 2 cars with the energy able to push that front car of the 69, Tyler McDowell out front. Top side with the run currently as the 67, Ben Ryan jumps out to that top side, trying to help those cars up there. 3 wide, Ben Ryan takes it through the middle. Still 3 wide through turn 2 here. Exit of turn 2 down the back. 3 wide in that second row. Things about to get spicy. Little bit of contact.
Caution.
Caution is out behind the field. I do see the number 1 involved here. Let's back this thing up, see what transpired here. Bring out our third caution here tonight. Little bit early for these drivers to get so racy. Wow, that's unfortunate for that number 1 there. Slow that down. The number 1 of Stephen Archambault. Entering turn 3 here. A little bit of a checkup. Gets loose. And that 30 car, not really much space to go anywhere else. Catching that rear end. Not what he wanted to see. That number 30 Toyota of Joe Townsend catching the number 1 Ford Mustang of Stephen Archambault, sending him around. That 64 late, coming in late. 64 Johnny Spiggs, not quite sure what happened there. That definitely looked like it hurt. Give you a top 5 rundown. Looks like Tyler McDowell, that number 69, out ahead now. Out ahead of the field. Ben Ryan in that 67 up to the 2nd spot. Moving his way back forward. Tyler McDowell is up 14 spots for the night. Almost our biggest mover. Up 15 in the 16th spot is the number 9 Ford Mustang of Jeremy Keltner. Looking like a candidate for our biggest mover of the night. If he can hold on to that position and keep moving forward as he has been doing. And Thomas Johnson, go ahead and try to join the Fearless Broadcasting Discord. I'll get a hold of you. We'll get you up here in the booth sometime, buddy. We can make that happen. Definitely. Look like lights are still out on the pace car. One more lap around this place. Echo Park for the Mr. Dakota 185 around pace lap speed. For the cars get double filed back up. Tyler McDowell in that 69 out front. Ben Ryan the 67 in that 2nd position. The number 15 of Gary Miller in 3rd. Curtis Grant in the 32 in 4th. David Poole sitting in 5th. All Chevrolets. Number 3 in a Chevrolet, Tyler Barnes in 6th. 7th, the number 17 of Jeremy Moose. 8th, the number 13 of James Kaufman. All Chevrolets. First Ford, not until that 9th position. Brandon Biggs holding it down for the Ford camp. Highest place Ford driver currently. A lot of Chevys up front. Jeremy Root rounding out our top 10 as these drivers get side by side. Pace lights turning out on the pace car. Greg Thielsen up in the booth. Fearless Broadcasting. Want to give a big thank you if you're checking us out here. Checking out the Valued Alliance Racing League here with the ARCA cars at Echo Park. 120 laps here tonight. 60 laps. That stage break scheduled for tonight. Big shout out to Valued Alliance Racing's partners, Christian Stream, Gem City Goons, Dizzy Kills, Grayson Co. Trucking, McDowell Homes, 333 Jackson, Thunder Baseball, Mr. Dakota Racing, and Maritime Car Wash. Thank you for all you do. Thank you, Premier Racing Setups, Goose's Rattle Can Shop, Puffy's Swag Shop, and Juicy Spider Studios here at Fearless Broadcasting. Thank you for being partners with us, letting us do everything we do here. Coming back to the stripe, restart zone. Tyler McDowell will get this thing fired back off in that 69. That 67, Ben Ryan to his inside there. Looking to get a good restart out back in front. Ready to take this thing back. Green flag racing here in the restart zone. Green flag is back underway. Cars screaming to a start. Down to the bottom, Tyler McDowell to block that bottom lane, knowing how important that will be here early. Ben Ryan sucking back up to his bumper here. That number 15 of Gary Miller back there on that bottom. The number 32, Curtis Grant, that first car on the outside. Tyler McDowell trying to work both lanes there, unable to contain Curtis Grant, assuming that front position here in that 32 car. Able to make the pass, drops back to the bottom. The number 3 of Tyler Barnes looking to make a pass on that top side now with a run on the top. The number 13 of James Kaufman right behind him. 13 and 3 on the top side, looking to get a run down this backstretch here. What a great race side by side. Top 10 all side by side here. Racing throughout the field. Pressure heating up. Only lap 31 of our scheduled 120 here tonight. Big thank you for stopping by here live, checking us out on our recording. Let's go number 9. Breezy Bucket says, Breezy Bucket wanting to see that number 9 of Jeremy Keltner move to the front. Jeremy currently back in that 12th spot, up 19 positions. Still our biggest mover currently. Getting up quite a few spots. A big wreck there. Oh no, the big one here at Echo Park. The Mr. Dakota 185 big one. My, oh my, oh my. Let's see where that started. What transpired here out of turn 1 and 2. Multiple cars involved in this accident. Let's jump up front. That 32 looking to be the beginning of it. Let's pause it right here. 32 Curtis Grant in that middle of that line, that kind of like a bright green, Arizona green. 32. Oh, getting bumped by the 67 of Ben Ryan. And wow. I normally not left very speechless. Let's take that back one more time here. Take that back one more time. Let's show that quarter speed. Nope, I want to back it up just a little bit more. Just missed it. Sorry guys. Sorry. Just a little more here. Definitely want to see that. Okay, here we go. He kind of lost his run, trying to move to the bottom. As you see, Ben Ryan just touching that left rear ever so slightly. Just nothing he can do. It shot right to the right, the outside. All these cars scrambling for somewhere to go. That 38 with a big hit there. Wow. Just watch this kind of unfold. Chad Ross in that 38. The 30 absolutely taking out the 32 and the 5 there. Woo-wee. Wow. Yeah, that was interesting. A lot of noses missing on some good race cars after that one. Thank you, Thomas Johnson. I appreciate it. Yeah, man, it is super cool valued. Alliance Racing putting on a great race here at Echo Park for the Mr. Dakota 185. Fearless Broadcasting. Greg Thielsen up in the booth, bringing it to you live here. Live action, as Cletus McFarland would say. Cars pulling out of pit road. Let's see any more. Still down, coming off of pit road. Some of these cars still making repairs to those vehicles. So you watch that 77 Michael Quick pull off of pit road there. That number 22. Pulling off pit road. All right, one more race recap here. Let's jump up our race recap. 4 cautions now so far. 34 laps into our 120 laps. James Kaufman out front. 3 lead changes so far here tonight. Quite a few cars able to make their way up to the front. Get a little bit weather. 72 degrees Fahrenheit. Wow, that is, I'm going to say that's perfect temperature. 72, you can't get no better than that. That's shorts and t-shirt out here in the hot Atlanta, baby. 37% humidity, not too bad. 4 mile an hour wind, bouncing around 2 mile an hour, not too bad. Getting ready to go back green here. James Kaufman, Tyler Barnes in that number 3, bringing us to this green flag. Thank you all our sponsors that make this happen. Check them out. All those logos in the top right corner. Thank you to each and every one of them. Field coming back through 3 and 4 here, getting ready to go green flag racing. That shiny number 3 car, Tyler Barnes. Now a Ford moving up to that 3rd spot. Andrew Smith, see that. Another Ford in the 5th spot. At number 9, Jeremy Keltner up 26 positions. Pretty big for him. Getting ready to go back green. Pace truck about to peel out. Coming out of 4 here. Green flag about to come back out here. Green flag is out. Going back racing here. Valued Alliance Racing, Mr. Dakota 185. Screaming through 1 and 2 here. Getting ready side by side. Oh, it didn't want to. Thank you. Excuse me for that. Didn't want to cooperate. Side by side racing. A lot of single file here. First restart. These cars getting single filed out this much. That 1754 getting together there. Coming out of 4, made it. Green flag that lap. 3 wide coming through the trial with a 21 around off the nose. Oh no, another big accident here. Oh my gosh, let's back it up. I know that started. That 21 Brendan Kleindenst. I saw him at the beginning of that accident for sure. Let's back her on up. 21 making a hard left across that 17 car's nose. That 17 car of Jeremy Moose. Fortunately collecting the 69. That 21 of Brendan Kleindenst spinning around the 27. The number 5 also getting collected. The 72, the 32 able to make a great evasive maneuver. The 22 getting collected back in the back there. That 67 in the wall again, then collecting the 27 one more time. Quite a bit of carnage here. Ryan Hunter, that 27 feeling every bit of that, I'm sure. Here with our 5th caution here tonight. Wow, that race car sure not looking good. The 21 of Brendan Kleindenst. Quite a few vehicles on pit lane, still missing bumpers. Unfortunately, an end to their night here. Gonna go one more. As the pace light still out on the pace truck. Tyler Barnes in that number 3 now, assuming that lead. The number 4, Andrew Smith, now in the 2nd position. Gary Miller, James Kaufman, Jeremy Keltner rounding out our top 5, up 26 positions tonight. Jeremy Keltner, that number 9. I do know Breezy Bucket out there in the chat already saying, let's go number 9. Breezy wanting to hear that. 24 positions up for the night so far. That number 88 in the 6th position. Jack Wilkinson having himself a strong night. Nicholas Don Francesco in the 24, up 18 as well, sitting in the 7th spot. Quite a few drivers here having a good night. Fortunately, let's take a turn to the drivers not having a good night. Jump to our biggest loser currently in that 27th position, that number 72 car, Troy Campbell. Unfortunately, down 24 positions for the night. Not the night Troy was looking for. As we see, pace lights should be turning off this time. Yes, pace lights on the pace truck out this time. Andrew Smith, Tyler Barnes. Tyler Barnes in that 3. Andrew Smith in the number 4 car. Tyler Barnes electing that outside as the leader. Once again, thank you to our partners. Goose's Rattle Can Shop, Puffy's Swag Shop, Premier Racing Setups, and Juicy Spider Studios. Want to give a big thank you to Valued Alliance Racing for having me up here in the booth, allowing Fearless Broadcasting to bring you this action live. Want to give a big thank you to Christian's Dream, Gem City Goons, Dizzy Kills, Grace & Co. Trucking, McDowell Homes, 333 Jackson, Thunder Baseball, Mr. Dakota Racing, and Maritime Car Wash. Entering turn 3 here, getting ready to go back, green flag. Greg Thielsen up in the booth. Mr. Dakota 185 here at Echo Park. Valued Alliance Racing ARCA Series, round 2. The heat is heating up. If you can't stand it, get out of the kitchen. Getting ready to go, green flag here. The number 3 and 4 bringing us to that restart zone. Tyler Barnes, our leader, out ahead. Andrew Smith. James Kaufman, green flag is out. Gary Miller, Jack Wilkinson, all in our top 5. Side by side, jumping to that bottom, the number 3, with a great jump on that restart this time. What a start there by the number 3 car. Able to take that lead, get out in front as we see the field dwindling. Starting off with over 30 cars here tonight. Fortunately, the draft package here at Echo Park, tight racing here. Few spills and thrills. Few cars ending up back on that hauler, not able to get back in the race here tonight. That number 3, Tyler Barnes, still out ahead. Number 4 of Andrew Smith still to his back bumper. Almost those first 5 cars single filed out. Still those 5 cars of Tyler Barnes, Andrew Smith, Gary Miller, and Jeremy Keltner. James Kaufman, Nicholas Don Francesco, Jack Wilkinson, Jeremy Root, David Poole, Ben Ryan rounding out our top 10. All still side by side up front. A lap car there on the high side, that number 17 of Jeremy Moose getting out of the way of the leaders there. Not wanting to get in the way there on the high side there, that number 17 able to let this lead pack work their way through for the most part. That number 88 giving big pushes to the number 13 of James Kaufman, Jack Wilkinson in that 88. Bump drafting like his life depends on it back there. Giving that 13 all the help he can. Number 24 Hooters car of Nicholas Don Francesco on the bottom, trying to work past that 13 of James Kaufman. Up on the high side, trying to make something happen in that second lane. The bottom showing strong here early. Many of these drivers, I would think, trying to get a few laps down. Only 45 here out of the 120 here tonight. Quite a few cautions out already. Wanting to save that race car for the end. Quite a few early teams taking that car back to the hauler. I know that's not what you want to see. Have a good points night early in the championship. You want to get out in front, cement your lead, stay out ahead, try to pad that cushion, you know what I mean? Trying to stay out ahead is a key factor here. And we got that broke Benz, number 30 here. Had a good race while it lasted. Super unfortunate. Got caught up in a couple bad wrecks. Grateful to be here. Thanks for Fearless. The best of those still out there. Thank you, number 30. That would be the number 30, Joe Townsend. Thank you, Joe. Coming back, checking out the broadcast here with us. Thank you for showing your support. Once again, thank you for all of our partners here at Fearless Broadcasting and all the partners of the league. As we see the 24 into the 88 around on the nose in the wall. No caution out yet. Jack Wilkinson still able to get it out of the way. Wow, that was close. Close there. Able to keep the race green here. That will shake up the field there out front. Quite a few cars, quite a bit single filed out here. 13 with a little bit of network lag there. Hopefully that goes away for him. James Kaufman in that 13. Quite a little bit of space brewing, side-by-side action on the way here. Number 9 side-by-side with that 67 and the 62 of Ben Ryan and Jeremy Root. That number 9 Jeremy Keltner on the inside with that 24 Nicholas Donfrancesco working to his outside, trying to push that 13 of James Kaufman on his way past. That air making such a big deal here tonight. Atlanta Motor Speedway, not Atlanta anymore, Echo Park, excuse me. Always going to be Atlanta Motor Speedway for me, but Atlanta Motor Speedway, the reconfig, getting progressive banking here in these turns, turning it into much more of a draft track. 3 wide for a brief moment. That 67, the 62, and that 15. Wow. Jump back up front. Tyler Barnes still out in front in that number 3 car. Up 3 currently. Andrew Smith in the 4. Just behind him, up 9 for the night. Yellow flag is out.
Look at your steps for me right there.
See if we can find the culprit. Search around. I'm not entirely sure who the culprit was on that one. I think it was the 80. Back it up. See if we can find what happened there to bring that yellow out. Definitely not in the pack that we were watching. I'm gonna say it wasn't him. And go here. Probably in this group of cars. Try to find what happened here. As we watch this backpack, it's that second pack back, not the lead pack. Looks like it might be that 64 involved. No, yellow coming out, not quite sure where that one was. I really don't know. Back it up a little. Hold on here. Yellow's out. And it's yellow right here. So let's jump around. Let's jump, and jump around. And jump around. Is it not these guys then? I believe that was a phantom car. Oh, was that? That must have been our stage break then. Let's jump back live. I'm going to say that was our stage break. I can't actually see what lap we're on right now. 53. Not sure. Alright, we were unable to find the root of that caution. Very weird. Very, very strange. Here we go. Michael Quick, the tide is coming in. John Eddie Hodges in the chat. What's up, boss? Appreciate you stopping by. Pace lights out. Let's jump back to a little ad segment real quick before we get back green here.
Premier Racing Setups is the longest running setup shop on iRacing. Our monthly subscription options start as low as $20 a month. We offer setups for dirt oval, asphalt oval, and road racing, covering a wide range of cars and skill levels. Built and tested by top-tier sim racers, this isn't just a business, it's a community of competitive drivers. If you want to better your iRacing experience, head over to PremierRacingSetups.com today. And remember, if you don't get one, you're going to chase one.
This isn't just another sim race, this isn't just another online league, and this isn't just another trophy on a shelf. This is the Charity Cup Series.
Drivers choose the charity. Talent chooses the winner. The culture is strong, but the competition is stronger. Most events focus on just one cause, not here. Each driver selects a charity to race for, leaving dozens of causes in contention as drivers fight for a place in the top 5.
Think you've got what it takes to join the Charity Cup Series? Find a cause you believe in and buckle up. This is more than your everyday sim racing experience. This is the Charity Cup Series.
Real quick, you both stop the real quick cut. Double check the steering wheel. Roll.
Gentlemen, start your engines.
All out there. Nice and smooth. Get it all done all day long. Got a good feeling about today, guys.
Donnie Kite's gonna get through it all and score his first career win in the Saturday Night Racing League Cup Series.
And the pace truck is off back here live with the Valued Alliance Racing. Going green flag here.
Green flag.
Curtis Grant bringing us green flag. David Poole in that number 10. Green flag back underway. Side by side as we enter turn 1. First 2 rows, quite a few rows getting single filed out. Looking like that high side coming in as the nighttime creeps into us. Did get word that it was the number 24 car in that incident going off the nose of the number 15 car. That will be our stage break. Just so you guys are aware, here coming up to lap 57 as we cross the stripe. Greg Thielsen up in the booth, Fearless Broadcasting, bringing you an exciting Echo Park Mr. Dakota 185 here with the Valued Alliance Racing League. ARCA cars screaming around this Atlanta Motor Speedway. I am never gonna get over that. It's so hard. I've said that for so many years. That's like the O'Reilly series. It's still the Xfinity and Busch series if you ask me. But back to the action, jumping back to the back there at number 77. Michael Quick side by side with that number 80 of DJ Kinner. Not talked about him much today. Trying to keep his nose clean back in the back, it appears. Not a bad move. The 13 with the 69 all over his rear bumper. Something's got to give. Jumping to the bottom there was that 67 of Ben Ryan. Trying to make some moves back up to the top. That Elite Motorsports number 67. Ben Ryan, he wants to get to the front here. You can see it. We can tell there, Ben. Pushing up to the front. 62 car of Jeremy Root right in front of him. As we see Tyler Barnes in that 3 still out ahead. To bring up our race recap, drop back our leaderboard. Exciting racing here for the Valued Alliance Racing League. Echo Park putting on a show for us here tonight. Side by side all night. Once again, let's bring up that race recap. 6 cautions for 18 laps, 6 lead changes. Tyler Barnes still out ahead. Lap 61, just past halfway now. Very important. Great time to start thinking about fuel strategy. Halfway now. Was a 2-stop game. Few of these cautions. Quite a few of those cars taking pit stops there. What are we expecting for green flag pit stops? If we can keep it green here, hopefully. Like to see it. First few cars single file through the tri-oval, back to side by side through the turns here. Down the backstretch, side by side, 3 wide. That number 3 up the middle, Tyler Barnes, not in the front anymore. 78, Tyler Manning up front, not talked much about him. Our biggest mover currently also up 26 spots in that number 78. 3 wide into the wall, the 22. And the 315 on the bottom. Something's got to give here. 3 in the middle. A lot of time out front. Kenny hang on in the middle there. 12 able to clear him off the nose. Looking for more. The 22 into the wall again. Push comes to shove. Who's going to take the room when they need it? Everybody able to keep their cars straight there. 3 wide. Swapping positions. Back and forth there. What a race. Action all over this field here tonight. First few cars all single file. I think that's the move right now. Only halfway through this, drivers. If I'm that crew chief or spotter, I'm telling them calm down, take it easy, let's get some laps through. Try to make it to that lap, at least last 25 laps. Gotta make it to the end to win this thing here tonight. As we see quite a few cars packed back up on that hauler. Don't want to be one of those. Dakota Isgreg, not talked much about that Taco Bell Ford Mustang here tonight. Excuse me. That Him Motorsports Ford Mustang. He is the number 40. That number 9 of Jeremy Keltner. In that Taco Bell machine. Dakota Isgreg up a position from his starting spot in 14th. Up to 13th, side by side here with the 84 of Christopher Fanning. Also up 6 spots here so far. That number 9 up 19 in the 12th spot. And side by side the 32. 3 wide here in front. Curtis Grant able to make a save there. Wow. Live with that one. The 88 getting in the wall in our back of our picture there. Jack Wilkinson able to keep it straight as well. Action all over the racetrack. Live action, baby. What you pay to see for. They are bringing it to you side by side throughout the field. Now jump back out front. That number 78, Tyler Manning, out front. The 62 to his outside of Jeremy Root. Ben Ryan still not far in that 67 in that third spot. First car on the inside, right behind that 78. Tyler McDowell in the 69 on the outside. Oh, actually in the inside. Pushing his way up to that third spot on the bottom with a little breakaway pack here. See if they can keep that pack out ahead. 3 wide through the tri-oval. One of these times, boys, that's just not gonna work. Making a risky move, that 13 there of James Kaufman. Little bit questionable. 3 wide through the tri-oval. Way too early in my opinion. Hey, you made it work, so good on you boys, but boy is it racy early here tonight. Quite a few of these drivers just pushing it to the limit. That bottom still with the advantage. We saw the top come in late, the 15 around into the 10, the 17 collected as well. Caution gonna come back out. No, the 10, the 22, and the 40 all involved. Caution coming out. Wow. Caution back out on the speedway here at Echo Park for the Mr. Dakota 185 here with the Valued Alliance Racing League. Slow this thing down. Watch that 24, the 62, and that 15 on the outside here. See if we can get a better view. That 62 just getting that left rear of the 15. Hooking him to the left, finding the 10, the 17. Nowhere to go. Coming back up the racetrack now, the 22. Nowhere to go. Hopefully none of these other vehicles getting involved here. The number 40 looking like he found himself involved as well. The 32 looking to catch the 12 as they spin down the backstretch. Wow, big hit. Who is that? Wow. Who is that? Can I move? No, I can't. That's the 28? Is that the 28? Wow, what another big accident here, folks. That 15 is destroyed of Gary Miller. Absolutely destroyed. Hotlanta for you. Echo Park playing on a show. Quite a lot of these cars unable to finish this race here tonight. 7th caution tonight. Bring up our race recap here one more time. 7th caution for 20 laps. 8 lead changes here on lap 73 of 120. Tyler Manning, currently the car sitting out ahead. We see we got 2 really good green flag runs there in the middle. Cautions breeding cautions there. Those 4 clumped up cautions. Not a bad race so far by any means or any stretch of the imagination. These drivers giving it everything they got. Once again, want to give a big shout out to our sponsors here at Fearless Broadcasting. Thank you to Goose's Rattle Can Shop, Puffy's Swag Shop, Premier Racing Setups, and Juicy Spider Studios. Thank you guys for everything that you do for us. Really appreciate everything. Want to give a big thank you to all the league sponsors here at Valued Alliance Racing. Big thank you to Christian's Dream, Gem City Goons, Dizzy Kills, Grace & Co. Trucking, McDowell Homes, 333 Jackson, Thunder Baseball, Mr. Dakota Racing, and Maritime Car Wash. Thank you all for everything that you guys do to help the league and help us here at Fearless Broadcasting. Pace lights on the pace truck are out, coming down the backstretch, going green. This time by Greg Thielsen up in the booth. Give you a top 10 rundown. Tyler Manning, Ben Ryan, Tyler Barnes, Tyler McDowell, Curtis Grant, Jeremy Keltner, Jeremy Root, Nicholas Don Francesco, James Kaufman, and Gary Miller rounding out your top 10. Quite a lot of Chevrolets up front tonight. Not gonna say I don't like that. I'm a big bow tie till I die guy. Little bit of bias up here in the booth, so what are you gonna do about it? That's just how it goes sometimes, you know? Gotta be a fan of one of them. As the pace truck pulls out, Tyler Manning, Ben Ryan leading us to this restart zone here at Echo Park. Green flag is out for the Mr. Dakota 185 here at Echo Park. Valued Alliance Racing League ARCA cars here. Tyler Manning out to the front in that 78, up 26 positions. Currently our biggest mover and our leader here on lap 75 of 120 here tonight. Greg Thielsen up in the booth. Side by side as we come out of the backstretch into turn 3 here. Ben Ryan to the lead. One of the two Canadians out here tonight, at least with a Canadian flag on his name. So, if that is correct, two Canadians out here tonight. The other joining him, Samuel Lucier, I think it's pronounced. I think I messed that one up a few times. Sorry about that, Samuel. I think it's Lucier. Not an easy one to pronounce here. Side by side, coming out of 4 through the tri-oval. All these rows side by side. Great action on the racetrack here tonight at Echo Park. Mr. Dakota 185. Fearless Broadcasting. Valued Alliance Racing. What a race here live tonight, folks. All right, just about coming up to 3/4 of the way done tonight. I want to see in the chat, if you're here live with us, who you got to win. Ben Ryan in that 67 out in the lead currently. That number 3, Tyler Barnes, right behind quite a few other drivers in the race for the wins here tonight. Everybody with a shot. Quite a few cautions here tonight, stacking it back up. Cautions, breeding a little bit of cautions here at the plate configuration here at Echo Park. And I am gonna go one lap cranked up here. Next lap by, I'm gonna go ahead and turn her up. Oh no, accident, the 24 around the 9, the 12, oh, into the wall. Not a good situation there. Bring it back, that number 12, Dylan Grace, involved in this accident. Let's see, I don't think that he got that much damage. Don't want to judge too quick, a little bit, not too bad. I'm going to say we're going to jump on the 24. See, that's where it starts. The 24 car of Nicholas Don Francesco through the middle. Let's back it up a little bit more here. See the setup. Room. He takes it 3 wide between the 13 and the 9. Not enough room for the 9. Moving down into the 12. The 88 just barely missing that 24. Wow. Get skinny. Oh, no. That 38 car of Chad Ross finding the rear end of, I think that was the 38? Was that? I don't know. Wow. That is an unfortunate turn of events here for our 8th caution here tonight. Let's watch as these cars enter pit lane here. Quite a few cars electing to come down pit road as this caution coming out. If you're here live with us once more, thank you for stopping by. Greg Thielsen up in the booth. Valiant Alliance Racing League with the ARCA cars. Excited to see. Come on. Please. Oh, do I have to? Yep, there we go. Didn't want to let me change to the end of pit road. That's all right. Jump back out front. 78 car of Tyler Manning. Still out ahead. Tyler McDowell in the 69 in second. That 40. Dakota Isgreg up 11. Not talked much about him. Slowly making his way forward here tonight. James Kaufman in the 13 sitting in 4th. Gary Miller in the 15 sitting in 5th. Quite a few cars finding themselves back on that whole hauler, unfortunately. Let's see. Give you a few interesting camera views. Alright, I was just about to get ready to go ahead and crank it up. So as we go green flag this time, I'm going to go ahead and crank her up. Coming to the green. How about that? How about that? See another Shaggy in chat. 69 for McDowell for the win. Copy that. Looks like he's looking for that number 69 of McDowell to get the win. Whiskey Ridge Garage in the chat. It was fun while it lasted. Sorry about that, pal. Not having the night you would like tonight. Either lights off on the pace car. Getting ready to go back green flag here with the Valiant Alliance Racing League. Mr. Dakota 185 here at Echo Park. Field getting ready to go back green flag as we wait for them to come through 3 and 4 here. Pop our tower back full size. Of course, it changes at the worst time. What are you doing, cameras? See if we can catch it now. Coming into 3 out of 4 here. Getting ready to go. Green flag. Come on. Pace car peeling out. In the restart zone.
Green flag.
Green flag is back out. Tyler Manning, Tyler McDowell, Dakota Isgreg, James Kaufman, and Gary Miller leading them to this green flag. We are gonna crank it up. And thank you, Greg Thielsen, up in the booth here with Fearless. Here with a crank it up. Trying to find one really good one here for y'all. All right, drop it back down to where I had her. try to at least. Whoops, there we go. Jump back out front. Tyler Manning still out ahead. Hope you guys like that crank it up segment. Yeah, right? So sick. Number 21. Brennan Kleindenst getting rooted for that broken Benz in the chat, wanting to see him move forward. The 78 car still out ahead. Tyler Manning, Dakota Isgrig in that 40 up to the second position. Tyler Manning still our biggest mover here, 26 spots up for the night. Greg Tilson up in the booth. Want to give a big thank you to all of our sponsors. Premier Racing Setups, Juicy Spider Studios, Puffy Swag Shop, Goose's Rattle Can Shop. Thank you for everything you guys do. Action is heating up side by side here at Echo Park with the Valued Alliance Racing League. ARCA cars here for the Mr. Dakota 185. Round 2 of the season. Action is heating up. Lap 88 of tonight. 120 scheduled. Looking forward to a little bit of a long green flag run here. Quite a few cars fortunately making it back to that hauler. Few less car count out here. Let's see if they can hold it together, keep it green just a little bit longer. See if they can let that patience last 10 to go and then let the hammer fly. Kind of what I'm hoping for. 3 wide, the 27 through the middle, 78 on the bottom, 69 on the top. Able to work it out. The 27 squeezes by that 78. 69 also making his way through. That is the 69 Tyler McDowell and the 27 Ryan Hunter. Both making it past that 78 of Tyler Manning. Gary Miller out, our new race leader. Gary Miller, as we reach lap 90 here, 8 cautions so far, 11 lead changes. That lead just keeps on changing here on a good green flag run here. Don't want to give it the announcer's curse, but looking forward a good, clean, green run here. See what these drivers can do. Maybe a fuel run. Green flag pit stops, maybe. I heard 42 laps on fuel is about what they're guessing here for tonight. So curious to see how that turns out. As these cars battling for position in the back here, jump back here. With the cars side by side, that number 40 Dakota Isgrig still on the outside. Fortunately, losing a little bit of energy, getting pushed back there as they come back down the backstretch. That inside line able to get it organized, single file, able to get a lot of energy moving on that bottom. Few cars making the push to the outside. The 67, the 78 up with that 40 car of Dakota Isgrig. The 3 and the 15 still out ahead. Gary Miller leading this thing in that 15 right now. On that bottom side, protecting from that 3 car. Still anybody's race here with 27 laps to go. Almost down to 25 laps here. Tensions are building. Racers are knowing it's coming to the end. Trying to get every last position they can right now. Set themselves up for a good finish here. I do hope you all are enjoying your Wednesday night here with Fearless Broadcasting. Super excited to bring you this exciting race from Valued Alliance Racing here at Echo Park for the Mr. Dakota 185. What a great race these boys are putting on out here tonight. Lights are out. Spills and thrills of the night. Things are getting exciting up front, lifting. Flames coming out of that exhaust pipe. I see them as these cars' rear tires starting to lose a little bit of grip. That right front losing a little bit of grip, not turning quite as well. I don't know if these guys are still full throttle like they may have been here at the beginning of tonight's race. Strategy changing, quite possibly one more pit stop. Let's pull up our telemetry real quick. I do believe, yeah, just under half a tank with 24 to go. Heard 42 are needed to make it. That looks like they're gonna need one more stop if my information is correct. And I do believe that it is. Looking like one more stop. If this thing stays green flag pit stops, that will definitely shake things up. Who is gonna stop together? We know there's quite a few teams out here tonight. Will the teams elect to pit together? Will it go manufacturers? Will teams try to work together? What about the privateers trying to jump on board with one of the teams with a few more cars in the race? The 78 sideways, able to collect it. Wow, through the trial with 27. That 80 and the 13 all making their way past Tyler Manning in that 78. Still having a great night, up 16 positions for the night as he battles with that 77 of Michael Quick. Also up 15 positions for tonight. Both having themselves a great run here tonight. Drop that tower back down. See the racing firsthand. Zoom in on the action up front. Gary Miller in that 15, leading that number 3 Tyler Barnes. Andrew Smith in 3rd. Dakota Isgrig in 4th. Ben Ryan in 5th as they make some changes. Ben Ryan up to 4th. Dakota Isgrig on the bottom, dropping a few positions. The bottom gets a run. The top gets a run right back. Little game of leapfrog. Top lane gets a run. Bottom lane gets a run. Who's gonna be the one at the end to make it happen? Laps are clicking by. 20 laps to go. 19 as we come across the stripe. Under 20 to go here with the Valued Alliance Racing League. Want to give a big shout out to all the league partners. Christian's Dream, Gem City Goons, Dizzy Kills, Grace & Co. Trucking, McDowell Homes, 333 Jackson, Thunder Baseball, Mr. Dakota Racing, Maritime Car Wash. Thank you all for all that you do for the league. Big thank you to Premier Racing Setups, Juicy Spider Studios, Puffy's Swag Shop, and Goose's Rattle Can Shop for everything they do for us here at Fearless Broadcasting. Now also gonna be Fearless Enterprise. Looking to add some race control services to your league or event? Make sure to hit up Fearless Enterprise. Definitely see if we got some availability for your time slot. Come and get your live race control here at Fearless. Excited for that. Been doing a little bit of race control on my own. Looking to branch out Fearless a little more. Help leagues out as much as we can. Give them another avenue. as we close in, almost 15 to go, 16 as we cross the stripe that time for the Mr. Dakota 185 here at Echo Park with Fearless Broadcasting. Greg Thielsen up in the booth. Lights are out. Got this thing cranked up to max. These drivers giving each other a little bit of space here. More than I expected with 15 to go. Maybe learning their lesson, waiting for these last 10 laps to make their move. Drivers in the back here heating up. Not a lot of cars on the racetrack. Unfortunately, it looks like 11 cars. Oh, is it? So 12, 13, 14, 15 cars. Okay. 15 cars still out on track. Oh, 16, 17. Okay, 17. 17 cars still out on track currently. Don't know how many actually on the lead lap. I do believe that number is only 11. As we're coming down to the end here, things are heating up. Gary Miller in that 15 out ahead. Tyler Barnes, the number 3. Number 4 of Andrew Smith in third. Ben Ryan with that 67. Ben up front all night just with that 3. Tyler Barnes, 67. Both been up front all night. Expect both of those cars to have a chance at it here. Who are you going to work with? Who's going to give you the push out into the lead? Everybody playing their cards right now, trying to let the laps tick down as we come to 12 to go here at the line. Trying to get to the end. At first, you must finish. Trying to make sure they make it to the end. Things are heating up in the back. See that 77 Michael Quick on the bottom, trying to make himself some headway on the bottom, get that energy pushing forward. Unable to do it so far, not able to clear that 40 of Dakota Isgreg. Just unable to do it. That 27 Ryan Hunter on his back bumper, trying to give him every little bit of help he can give him. It's just not enough. 4 cars working together on that top side. 5 now. Just not letting them build that energy to get caught back up to the leader there. Coming to 10 to go as we cross the line, passing that 69 of Tyler McDowell. A few laps down here. As the field looking like they get mostly by cleanly so far. That draft a big deal here at the reconfigured Echo Park. Once again, big thank you to all you fans and drivers checking out the broadcast, all of our sponsors, partners here at Fearless Broadcasting. Want to give a big thank you to Valued Alliance Racing for having me up in the booth. Thank you, Fearless Broadcasting, for having me. Very appreciative to be up here calling the shots as we come down to the checkered flag here with the Valued Alliance Racing League. Round 2 at Echo Park. The Mr. Dakota 185 here on Fearless Broadcasting. Heating up side by side, that 40 and 77. Still side by side, Dakota Isgreg and Michael Quick. James Kaufman, Ryan Hunter. That 13 and 27 also side by side there. Is that 69 of Tyler McDowell side by side with the 80 of DJ Kinner. With the 32 car back there hanging out of Curtis Grant. Quite a few cars still out on track. 7 laps to go as we come to the stripe. Who is going to win here tonight? Exciting coming to the end. Michael Quick not giving up on that bottom side. not giving up at all. Not ready to do it. Started 26, currently up to 6, up 20 positions. So far, our biggest mover here tonight. That 77, Michael Quick, wanting to move more forward than he already is. Looks like he's making it happen. 5 to go when we come to the line here. 3 wide, the 40, the 13, and the 27. Ryan Hunter, Dakota Isgreg, and James Kaufman all side by side. 3 wide through the tri-oval. 5 laps to go. Things are heating up. 77, Michael Quick out ahead of that 3 wide action here. Drivers able to keep it off each other down the back. Will it go 4 wide? No, able to get double file back out. That 40 Dakota Isgreg leaning on the 13 of James Kaufman. And Ryan Hunter looking back to the bottom. Unable to get side by side there. 4 laps to go as we go here. The 77 Michael Quick trying to make a move past that 67 Ben Ryan. Gary Miller still out ahead. The 3 Tyler Barnes in second. Andrew Smith in the 4, waiting to pounce here. All with a legitimate shot here coming to the end. 3 to go. Intensity ramping up, absolutely. 3 to go. Trying to make it to the front. You want to win this thing. Round 2 here at the Valiant Alliance Racing League. Echo Park, Mr. Dakota 185. Want to write your name in the books. You were the winner here tonight. Greg killing it in the booth tonight. I take him over any commentator besides Larry McReynolds. Thank you so much, John Eddie Hodges, for that compliment. Coming down, 2 laps to go. Things are heating up. That 40 car now to the bottom. Dakota Isgreg not letting that bottom go. Michael Quick was the leader down there. Dakota elected to grab down to the bottom. Still the 15 of Gary Miller out front. 1 to go. Coming to the line. White flag coming out this lap here, folks. White flag out. That number 3 looking to make his move. No time left to do it. Last lap. Gary Miller out front. Tyler Barnes, Andrew Smith, Ben Ryan, all with a legitimate shot here. Mr. Dakota 185 at Echo Park for the Valiant Alliance Racing League. Going into turn 3. Still single file. Who's going to jump out and make the move? Is Tyler Barnes in the 3 going to make the move? He's not. Checkered flag flies here at Echo Park. Gary Miller coming home with the win in that number 15 car. What a finish. What a race here for the Valiant Alliance Racing League. Oh my gosh. Everybody in chat, thank you for stopping by. Thank you to all our partners once again. Thank you to Premier Racing Setups, Juicy Spider Studios, Puffy Swag Shop, Goose's Rattle Can Shop. Thank you to Christian's Dream, Gem City Goons, Dizzy Kills, Grayson Co. Trucking, McDowell Homes, 333 Jackson, Thunder Baseball, Mr. Dakota Racing, and Maritime Car Wash. Let's see if Gary Miller burns it down here. See if Gary Miller and that number 15 burns it down, coming home first here tonight. Not sure if he's going to do it. Nope, doesn't look like it. So let's drop this. The number 3 looking like he's going to burn it down. Tyler Barnes. There we go. Got to show the burnout, right? Number 15, Gary Miller. Tyler Barnes in that number 3. Coming home second. Andrew Smith in the number 4. Coming home third. Rounding out our podium here tonight. Let's look at that real quick. Podium finishers. Great job by Gary Miller on that race win. let's go ahead and go through the results real quick. Pop up our results. Gary Miller earning that lead and the win. 30 laps led here tonight. Jeremy Keltner, our hardest charger at the end of the night. 21 positions gained for that Elite Motorsports. Jeremy Keltner, number 9. Know a few of his fans were out in the chat. A lot of them are gonna wanna see that. Dylan Grace, tonight's fastest lap in that number 12 Hunter is Greg Motorsports car with a 30.176. Today's pole sitter was Ben Ryan, unable to come home with a top 3 finish here tonight. 8 cautions for 24 laps over our 120 laps here tonight at Echo Park. 13 green flag lead changes with 9 different leaders. What a race. Gary Miller, Tyler Barnes, Andrew Smith, Ben Ryan, James Kaufman, Michael Quick, Ryan Hunter, DJ Kinner, Dakota Isgreg, and Jeremy Keltner rounding out our top 10. We are going to go to a quick commercial break, and then I will be back with our podium winners here tonight, and we will be right back.
Premier Racing Setups is the longest running setup shop on iRacing. Our monthly subscription options start as low as $20 a month. We offer setups for dirt oval, asphalt oval, and road racing, covering a wide range of cars and skill levels. Built and tested by top-tier sim racers, this isn't just a business, it's a community of competitive drivers. If you want to better your iRacing experience, head over to PremierRacingSetups.com today. And remember, if you don't get one, you're going to chase one.
This isn't just another sim race, this isn't just another online league, and this isn't just another trophy on a shelf. This is the Charity Cup Series.
Drivers choose the charity. Talent chooses the winner. The culture is strong, but the competition is stronger. Most events focus on just one cause, not here. Each driver selects a charity to race for, leaving dozens of causes in contention as drivers fight for a place in the top 5.
Think you've got what it takes to join the Charity Cup Series? Find a cause you believe in and buckle up. This is more than your everyday sim racing experience. This is the Charity Cup Series.
Real quick, you both stop the real quick cut. Double check the steering wheel. Roll.
Gentlemen, start your engines.
Nice and smooth. Get it all done all day long. Got a good feeling about today, guys.
Donnie Kite's gonna get through it all and score his first career win in the Saturday Night Racing League Cup Series. What a finish!
It's too little, too late from behind, and Sebastian Marin, your first repeat top split winner of the qualifying series.
We knew it was just a matter of time when Hunter Sr. is victorious.
Josh Adams taking the win at Iowa. Juicy Spider Motorsports takes home the 1-2-3 finish.
And we are back here, folks, up in the booth with our podium finishers. Rounding out our podium here tonight, that number 4 car, Andrew Smith with Elite Motorsports. Andrew, you got me. Here we got a special present here tonight. Coming home third after a long 120 laps here around Echo Park. Kind of give me a little rundown about tonight for you real quick.
Absolutely
hold
killing
on.
it.
I did not even get you talking. Start that over. They got me, but you can restart. Sorry.
Anyways, yeah, car super good tonight. Race was super good tonight. Elite Motorsports, the whole team, we absolutely killed Atlanta tonight. There was quite a few cautions, which allowed us to play into a little bit of an easier strategy. I feel like there was some people who had to pit at the end. We didn't have to pit, so we were able to just stay out front, 1 through 4, and just absolutely keep the front.
That is amazing. And we'll segue to our next segment right there. Elite Motorsports coming home 1, 2, 3, I hear. How y'all boys feel about that? I got all 3 podium finishers up here. Tonight's winner, Gary Miller, Tyler Barnes in that 3 car.
Couldn't feel better, brother.
Yes, sir. Great team win all around.
So I just want to say, Andrew Smith, thank you for being here. 3rd place finish, strong finish here tonight. You got anybody to thank here, boss?
I'm gonna thank all the sponsors of the league. Can't appreciate them enough for allowing us to be able to be here and do this. Got to give a big shout out to you for putting on an amazing broadcast. Love every second of it. Got to give a shout out to these guys right here in the chat and the rest of Elite Motorsports for everything they do and everything we did tonight.
Awesome job here tonight, Andrew Smith, that driver of that Ford number 4 Elite Motorsports car. Thank you for having us up here tonight. We'll see you next week, hopefully, boss.
Yes, sir.
And we will transition over to that number 3 Chevrolet Elite Motorsports car of Tyler Barnes coming home 2nd here tonight. How was your race there, Tyler?
They couldn't have played out any better for me. Qualified 12th. Didn't get a lot of practice in for Atlanta, so given the team gave me kind of the rundown and what was fast and how to do things, and it kind of just played out in my favor getting up there in the front early and just trying to stay there most of the race. Found myself 3 wide and back in the back, but fought back up there to get up there.
Yes, sir. I saw that shiny red number 3 up there quite a bit. Love the metallic red on that car, Tyler. That is absolutely showstopper paint job you got on that thing. Who you got to thank here tonight, buddy?
Definitely my Lord and Savior. All the sponsors, Grace Co Trucking, McDowell Homes, Thunder Baseball, and if there's any that I'm missing, I'm so sorry. My girlfriend, Elite Motorsports, you, of course, appreciate everything you do. I love going back and watching these races. Well, we had our 4th teammate finish number 4 also, and he was doing most of the dirty work for us, so I have to shout out Ben Ryan also for that. I couldn't do it without these guys. We had a great team win tonight. And yeah, I mean, it was a heck of a race.
Great job here tonight, Tyler Barnes, that number 3 coming home 2nd, up 10 spots there on the night. Great job there, Tyler. Hope to see you back next week. Great job for Elite Motorsports. Have a great night there, buddy.
Yes, sir.
All right, the driver of the hour, the driver of the night, tonight's winner at Echo Park, the winner at Mr. Dakota's 185, Gary Miller, that number 15 Chevrolet. Gary, give me a little brief interview. I hear that this was your first league race ever also?
No, just first league win. First league win.
First league win. Okay. Hey, still best and most important one right there. You'll never forget the first win.
Yes, sir.
So give me a little breakdown. How'd that feel, boss? First win here tonight.
Well, through the race, it just seems like we were all as 4 as a team, and can't forget about our 4th member, Jeremy. We were all up front for the most part together, and eventually we found that high line, if we all linked up, we would just be able to control from the high. And it so happened that I was the guy that was leading us, so can't thank them guys enough for just pushing me there.
Yeah, a lot of help from behind from those teammates. Definitely big draft track here after the reconfiguration of Atlanta to Echo Park. How you like this racetrack? You a bigger fan of it now after the win?
No, I still think of it the same way I do.
Not a plate track fan.
No, it's just Atlanta being a drafting track with it being so tight and stuff just can be a mess.
Yes, it definitely can. Luckily tonight, not too bad of a mess. Little bit of the plate drafting, cautions here tonight, but not a bad race. Once again, Gary Miller in that 15 coming home with the win. That profile picture, buddy, man, that's gonna haunt me tonight.
Yeah, it sure probably will.
All right, buddy. Thank you for stopping in here with us. Looking forward to seeing you next week as well. Quite possibly getting that second win, 2 in a row, buddy. What you think about that?
Maybe we'll see what happens. I'm not very good at road courses, but I've been practicing it. Hopefully, it'll be fast enough.
Yes, sir. We will see. Thank you, Gary. We'll see you next time, buddy.
Sounds good. Thank you, sir.
And that was Greg Thielsen here with Fearless Broadcasting. Once again, big thank you to everyone who stopped by, checked us out here live. Everyone checking us out back on the replay. What a great time here with the Valued Alliance Racing League here for the Mr. Dakota 185 at Echo Park, Atlanta Motor Speedway, as most of us know it. What a great night here, Fearless Broadcasting. Once again, thank you to all our partners. Puffy's Swag Shop, Goose's Rattle Can Shop, Juicy Spider Studios, and Premier Racing Setups. Thank you to all of those sponsors and partners of ours. Thank you to all the partners and sponsors of the league here at Valued Alliance Racing. Last, thank you to Christian's Dream, Gem City Goons, Dizzy Kills, Grayson Co. Trucking, McDowell Homes, 333 Jackson, Thunder Baseball, Mr. Dakota Racing, and Maritime Car Wash. As you heard Gary talking about, off to a road course next week. Quite a bit different in these ARCA cars. Looking for a shakeup. First 2 weeks, not really a telltale sign of who's going to be on top there on a road course. Greg Thielsen for Fearless Broadcasting. Once again, thank you for stopping by. Looks like we are out of here. See you again next time. Thank you very much.